This devotional is entitled Strengthened by God's Guidance. If I were to ask you to describe your life journey thus far, what words would you use? Additionally, how would you capture the way God has been leading in your life? As I took some time to reflect on these questions for myself, I thought of the hymn writer Joseph H. Gilmore, a Baptist minister, and the words he used to transcribe the hymn that he created. In a moment of reflection, the hymn captioned, "He leadeth me," in 1862. In recounting how he came to write the hymn, Gilmore stated that he had intended to preach a sermon on Psalm chapter 23, but got no further than the words, "He leadeth me," stated in verses 2 and 3 of Psalm 23. He later reported in an interview, "I set out to give the people an exposition of the 23rd Psalm, but I got no further than the words, 'He leadeth me.' Those words took hold of me as they had never done before. I saw in them a significance and beauty of which I had never dreamed." At the close of the meeting, a few of us kept on talking about the thoughts which I had emphasized, and then and there, on a back page of my sermon notes, I penciled the hymn just as it stands today. In composing the hymn, you can hear his deliberation as he recounts his life experiences, but always in the context of God's leading, despite the varied circumstances he faced. God was always directing his path. Verse 2 of the hymn commences with these reflective words. "Sometimes mid scenes of deepest gloom, sometimes where Eden's flowers bloom, by waters calm or troubled sea, still 'tis God's hand that leadeth me." Verse 3 continues the theme of trusting God's leading, even in difficult times, without complaining. The lyrics reads, "Lord, I would clasp thy hand in mine, nor ever murmur, nor repine, content whatever lot I see, since 'tis my God that leadeth me." As I reflected on these words of commitment, I recalled the many times I had complained about adverse life circumstances and was far from being content about my situation. Yet, each time I sing these words in verse 3, I am reminded that when I know God is leading, I can confidently face anything with him. Then, in the fourth and final verse, we catch a glimpse of life's endings and the resolve of the songwriter to leave every outcome to God's leading. There is a resolution that whatever the circumstance, with God's guidance and our faithful following, God's purpose will triumph through us. We are strengthened by his guidance. The hymn concludes, "And when my task on earth is done, when by thy grace the victory's won, in death-cold wave I will not flee, since God through Jordan leadeth me." Then the refrain once again, we hear the buoyancy of these words that lifts the spirit with the reminder, "He leadeth me, he leadeth me, by his own hand he leadeth me. His faithful follower I would be, for by his hand he leadeth me." May we ever extol the virtues of divine directives as we allow God to continue leading in our lives, till at last we are led into his eternal kingdom to live forever with him. Amen.